Could you talk about death and all the compression we feel when we think about that and when we lose a beloved one? Thank you. So this is the question, who is it that dies? If there's only oneness, and all of this is aliveness, all of this is oneness, all of this is wholeness, then who is it that dies? What happens is a change of forms happen, which is continuously what's happening. There's always forms changing. Forms are always seemingly to go from one form to another form, one form to another form. In a way, there is no fixed form. There is no fixed computer or fixed table or fixed body. Everything's always in movement in the flow of things, seemingly. So who is it that's imagined to die? And you can answer this if you've got anything to say, just type back. If all of this is the same, if all of this is one aliveness, one beingness, one essence, then who is it that dies? The me thinks it knows so many things. The personal dynamic thinks that it knows so many things. It thinks it knows who it is. It thinks it knows who the other is. It thinks it knows the separation. I am this body-mind mechanism and he is that body-mind mechanism. The me, the personal dynamic, thinks it knows so much. And that's suffering. That me that knows so much. I am this body-mind mechanism. I am a past. I am a future. They are a past. They are a future. And this is what's happening. And the end of boundedness, the end of that suffering energy, that personal energy, is the loss of everything. And in the loss of everything, in getting nothing, it's not even someone getting nothing, but in the loss of everything, everything is left. That sounds insane to the mind. That doesn't make sense to the mind. But what's being talked about here is the loss of everything. What's being talked about here is nothing. Suffering arises because of the attachment to the forms we know. I wouldn't call it the word attachment. Because attachment implies that there's somebody that's got attachment or not got attachment. That somebody who's attached or not attached is already what's that word again? An exaggeration on what is. Who is the one that has attachments? And loses attachments? Who is the one that thinks it will get liberated or thinks it will die? It's all an illusion. Nobody dies. No one was born. A dream began of somebody, but it was just a dream. Somebody relating to another. I guess the mind will never understand that, the idea of being nothing, coming from nothing, and going to nothing. Yeah, the minds can only comprehend things. If it were to comprehend nothing, it wouldn't be nothing because it would become another thing. The mind, the me, the personal dynamic can only comprehend something. And this is where all the confusion comes from, because the me's looking for what it thinks it's lost in something. Something. So it's looking in all these things. It's looking in the other, stopping the other from dying. It's looking in the house, the money, sex. It's looking in things to try and complete itself. But it's that me dynamic that's it's the very looking which gives the appearance that this isn't enough, that this is incomplete. But this is wholeness. This is completion. And that dream of someone never existed. It's a waking dream. It's so far out to talk about, though. In a way, Lisa's job is to always fail in talking about this. If you ever think Lisa's correct, then Lisa's really failed at talking about this. It's really not about the words, it's the loss of everything. The loss of everything. It's about nothing. And in the loss of everything, in getting nothing, it's not even getting nothing, it's in the loss of everything. Everything is left. But now everything is it, not just one thing. Everything is it, and no thing. It's so divine, this subject. It's not very popular though, funny enough. It sounds crazy, but there's this kind of maybe some form of remembering or knowing this beyond the words. Like the word everything said, it's in everything, it is everything, and it's nothing. In that, there's some form of knowing of what's being talked about. When the mind goes